Hey everyone, this is Mylixia from Mylixia TV bringing you another video. Today's topic is a question from Ask.fm, actually several questions concerning jobs and job etiquette, how to get a job, and how to conduct yourself in a way during an interview that would be appropriate. So the questions were specific towards handling interviews and jobs. I'm going to give a general overview of all those things. A couple of quick techniques that you can use to basically get any job or guarantee yourself any job within your qualification level or probably quite a bit beyond it. I remember that I had a challenge that I did just recently, it was within the last 6 months, where I tried to find 2 or 3 job offers within 24 hours. And I actually did it with these techniques, so they do work, and we've done a lot of work with people before on these techniques. So the first thing, we'll start with getting a job. And the number one thing that stands out to me as an issue that people have to get a job is they don't custom write a cover letter and a resume to the job that they're applying for. They might write a general letter, or they might just copy and paste a resume to send out. You never want to do that. You want to submit a specific resume to that company that is tailored towards them. One of the very good techniques you can do is you can put an objective on the top, which is kind of a one-line sentence that is what you want to get out of that job and what you want to deliver to that company. So you can say, my objective is to find a growing esports organization to which I can meaningfully contribute my skills. That's a good example of something that you could put, and you could name the organization in that so that they know without a shadow of a doubt that that resume is actually tailored towards them. And that will get you in the door with a good resume. That's going to get you the highest chance of a good interview. The second part of that would be that you want to write a cover letter that is specific to that company. So I would write, say, maybe a 1 to 2 paragraph letter that is thanking them for taking the time to review your resume and detailing some of the skills that you think can contribute to their position. Always about them, right? So many people come into a job scenario and they think about themselves. How much is this going to pay me? How much am I going to get out of this? What skills am I going to develop? But you want to be thinking about how you can serve them. That's what the employer is thinking about. So that brings us into the second point, which is that once you're in the door and you're in that interview, you want to go in remembering that you're working for them, that your goal is going to be to try to service that organization, and more importantly, to increase your value and your value to that organization the most that you can in that position. Now you have your own goals, but that's not necessarily things that would come up in the interview unless they ask you. Taking control of an interview, and by which I mean having questions to ask and having a prepared syllabus per se of questions that you can present to them, is a very unexpected tactic and things that will really impress employers. If you have questions to ask them about how you can benefit the organization and about organizational structure, it will really impress them. So the second thing is, once you get in the door, be prepared to be of the confidence and the mindset that you're going to be working to increase their value as a company and their value as an organization. Number 3 is asking the right questions. We were talking about this a little bit. So that number 1 question, I think, that I always ask when I go into an organization: what are the issues that surround your organization right now, and what can my position do to solve those issues? What are the expectations of me to help solve these issues and help overcome these challenges that your organization has? What are the things that I can do in my day-to-day job that would improve this situation? I notice you're already talking like you have the job. You're saying things like, what will I be doing? What are the things I can do? What is going to enable us to increase our value as an organization? What are the key market factors and challenges you see right now that are going to affect your organization in the future? And how will my job help improve those things? Your employer is going to be like, oh my God, half the people that I get in this interview chair are going to be people that are asking me how much I'm going to get paid and how much I'm going to, get benefited, or what are my benefits, or things like that. They're not going to be expecting you to launch these questions at you. They'll be incredibly impressed by this. So that's number 3, is to ask some of those questions. And I think I can make a list of those questions later. And the fourth thing would simply be a call to action. So this is kind of a small but very underused tactic, and that's that once an interview is over, you want to always have a next step. When can I contact you? What's your phone number? So I can send you an email follow-up that's a thank you for taking the time to answer me. If for these large corporations and cities, they'll be interviewing maybe 15 to 20 people a day, sometimes more. And so you want to do things that will stand out. You want to do things that will make a difference and make them remember you following. So one of the big things about that you can do is you can have a follow-up. So ask them, what's your phone number, what's your email, preferably email, can I send you a quick follow-up to thank you for this and to go on to next steps. Next Wednesday, next Thursday, set a date and set a time. No matter how menial you think your job is, this is extremely important. If you are applying for a job where you're young and you're going to get paid $10 to $15 an hour, this is going to make your employer think that you're management material very quickly. And if you're applying for a high caliber job, a lot of these techniques are pretty much expected. The last point that I'd want to touch on would be dress code, since this was asked specifically to me. For me, I think that the techniques of handling yourself in an interview are more important. I always dress business casual. I'll dress in a pair of, for males, I'm sorry, I don't know. I actually don't know how women should dress. It's just not something I've ever done, I've ever counseled on, so I'm not sure. I'm sure that there's research that can be found on it. But for men, I would say business casual. And I would say I dress in khaki pants and a polo. I rarely ever wear a suit. It's sort of the kind of midline between super business executive, which I think can come off as pretentious, and sort of jeans and a t-shirt or kind of gym clothes like what I wear would be considered unprofessional. So you want to wear between that line, I think, for business casual. The exception would be, of course, for executive positions and things, and then for that I would wear a suit. I would actually say that would probably translate over to women's dress as well, business casual. And so those are some of the techniques that you can use. Once again, that would be make sure to ask the right questions, make sure to tailor your resume and your cover letter to specifically address that organization. I think I'll write a post on my blog later that will have some more written specifics about techniques that you can use and maybe even an example of a resume. Ask those right questions. Remember that you're working to serve the value of their organization and improve that value and bring that confidence into the interview chair. You're guaranteed to get pretty much any interviewer. They'll be so excited because I've interviewed for a lot of positions. I've interviewed people for a lot of positions and employed a lot of people for positions. And so many times I have an issue where a person will come in and it just seems like they're totally uninvested in it. They want the money or they want a job to have a job. They're not invested in actually increasing the value of my organization. They're not invested in increasing my level of success and my organization's success, and by proxy their success. They don't even want to increase their own success. Come in with that confidence. Deliver that confidence that you want to increase your own success, and by proxy you're going to increase their success as an organization, and you will go miles and miles above your competition. I hope that helps, and that's our video for today. Stay tuned for more videos, and please like and subscribe or check out the Facebook if you like this channel. Thank you so much. Very best wishes. See you soon.